Hey guys, how are we all doing today? Hope you're well. 9:30 my time in Mexico. Doing a live stream today with the amazing Chuck. And when he gets excited about a code that he wants to present, it never fails to disappoint. His codes are absolutely remarkable. This live's going to focus on war and revelation, which we're seeing play out daily. It's going to be biblical connections as well. Chuck will do most of the talking. Hey Gary. Hey Sideman legend. I will be paying attention to what he has to say. I'll try and add on if anything stands out, but I want to focus on Chuck. I'm good, brother. Got a really busy day ahead of me. But I'd rather be busy than bored. I always say that. I'd rather be busy than bored. So I'm all good. I hope you will too. Hey Sadie, much love to you. So this will be good. Again, if you've never heard Chuck speak before, or you've never read one of his codes, he's on my site, but he's sensational. He really is. But I won't big him up too much. He knows how good he is. Hey Matt, greetings. When people say greetings to me, I think about aliens. Yes, Durrell, my boy. How you doing, my brother? That image you sent me earlier made me laugh out loud. Good job I wasn't drinking my water. How you doing? Number one fan in the house, baby. He. Hope you're well, mate. I have a feeling I will meet you before the end times. I just have a feeling, mate. Even if I have to get your flight out to where I live. You're not an alien. That's great to know. Right. I'll hand. So are you, Sideman. As are you, mate. You get better every day. We all are. On my community, we're getting better every day, guys. It ain't just me. I've told you. I'm not a one-man band. I do my bit. I think people are learning how to code the way I code, so it's helping them. But what an awesome platform to wake up and find sacred knowledge every day. Like, I'm always excited to sign into my site to see what comments people have left, what codes they've shared, what insights they have. I think that's amazing. Can't really find that in many other places anyway. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Right. Okay, I'm going to call him. Hey, Ahmad. I want to say much love to Abid. I know Abid's watching. Just an amazing guy. I appreciate you, mate, a lot, and you know that. So anyway, let me call Chuck. Easy, Chuck.
Yeah. Hi, Adam. How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very excited for this because I know your codes are just exceptional. And when you're passionate about a code, they're always remarkable what you reveal. So is this a code you've been working on for weeks, months, something that just hit you in the face and you put together in one day? Or is it something that you've put together over a period of time?
It's, as you know, over like a 2-week. Well, the first codes were for Man United to win the FA Cup, at least definitely get there, which they have. And then I found more and more stuff connected to the FA Cup and war. And it's just sort of gone from then. It's also a code. Let me put it on my because the code.
All right. Whilst you're doing that, whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to let people know, guys. Chuck coded Feyenoord to win the Dutch league before the season began in an exceptional code. What odds were Feyenoord, Chuck? Can you remember?
Sorry?
I'm just telling everyone how you coded Feyenoord to win the Dutch league.
Feyenoord code, it was.
Wait, I'm going to call you back, Chuck, because the
Christian Guillan, the Feyenoord. Yeah, call us on what do you call it? WhatsApp is better.
Okay, I'll do that, mate. All right, I'll call him back. Hey, Hans, much love. Thank you, Abid. Mama Duke. Is that better, Chuck?
Yeah. that better now?
Yeah, way better. I was just telling people what you coded Feyenoord to win the Dutch league. What odds were they at the beginning?
They were third favourite, 9-1.
Wow. 9-1. That's
Hello?
when World War II began, isn't it? 9-1.
Yeah. It was to do with the Guidestones and Christian Guian, who died, who was a Ghanaian international, and he played for Feyenoord.
Wow, just briefly go over that before you go into everything, because calling Feyenoord for the league above Ajax and PSV is pretty immense. What was it to do with?
Right,
can you remember?
I've got it here somewhere.
We can go back to it if you want.
Yeah, we'll go back to it.
All right, let's go with your code then. I can't wait.
Okay, then, as I said, it's about the Queen, 9/11s, why Napoli won the league virtually. They're winning it.
Yeah, one more win. Yeah.
Maradona, FA Cup, War Connection, and Revelation.
Wow.
But the FA Cup is probably the craziest one.
Okay.
So if I'd looked into Napoli deeply, I would have seen this. I would have loved them, but I didn't really concentrate that much.
I had Napoli to win that league before it began because of Maradona.
Yeah, but I think I was taking a break from your side, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Back them or anything.
All right.
Yeah, because firstly they were founded in 1926, same year Queen was born, and from when they were founded, 25th of the 8th, 1926, to Serie A last day, which is 4th of the 6th, 23, is 96 years, 9 months, 11 days.
What?
And obviously the Queen died age 96 and died 911 days after coronavirus declared pandemic, and it ends on 6-4 or 4-6 and 64th prime is 311, like coronavirus pandemic.
Wow, I wonder if that means Arsenal are going to stay on 6 draws and 4 losses in the league today, 4 days before Charles's coronation. Could mean that. It could mean that.
Yeah, I do think they will win today.
All right, we'll see.
And Napoli were founded 26 years, 9 months, 1 week, 1 day before Elizabeth was crowned as corona, and Queen equals 26, crown equals 26. Crowns on 2-6, Queen born in 26, and Napoli founded in 26.
26 letters in the alphabet.
And this Serie A... sorry?
26 letters are in the alphabet as well, the English one anyway.
Yeah, correct. And Kobe died 26 days.
Yep.
And this Serie A ends 70 years, 3 days after Elizabeth crowned Queen, and Queen equals 73, crown equals 73.
And she was married to Philip for 73 years.
Yeah, correct. And Vulcan equals 7319. And Vulcan is the Roman and Greek god of fire, which I'll go into more soon because it's connected to Mount Vesuvius.
Wow.
And they last won Serie A 33 years ago, 33rd degree Freemasonry, corona equals 33. Maradona died 330th day of the year. And they were founded as associates.
Corona was declared a global pandemic 11-3, 11 times 3, 33 as well.
Yeah, correct. Good one, yeah. They were founded as associates. 6, Freemasonry, founded on 24th of the 6th. Elizabeth II, Queen of England equals 246. From start of last Serie A, which they won on 27th of the 8th, 1989, to last game of this Serie A, 4th of the 6th, 23, is 33 years, 9 months, 1 week, 1 day. So another 9/11.
Wow, and going back to 24-6 with Napoli, Argentina won the World Cup. Messi led them to it, and he was born 24-6, the second coming of Maradona.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that World Cup final finished 3-3, didn't it? The World Cup final finished 3-3.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, exactly. They were renamed as Napoli Sportiva on 6th of the 9th, 2004, a span of 156 weeks after 9/11. And 156 prime is 9/11.
Wow.
And they were renamed 15 years, 6 weeks before Event 201, which was on 10/18, blue 10/18. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Revelation 9/11, as you know. They had a king over them, the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew, Abaddon, in Greek, Apollyon, and that is destroyer.
And notice how it says, how it says in Greek, and Charles's father was born in Greece, Philip. It says in Greek. And that hits me hard when I see that,
yes.
that Greek. And in 2021, in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA, and the MVP was Giannis, who's called the Greek Freak, and he was born 12/6, like 126. And Charles is getting coronated 126th day of the year, and 1,260 days is 42 months. And this year's NBA season began on 10/18 as well.
But yeah, I've seen your codes for it. I mean, it's crazy how everything connects, really.
It really is. Jokic yesterday for Denver, he the game was exactly 42 weeks before his birthday. The Nuggets stayed on 42 home losses to the Suns, and it was 42-42 in play, the score. And the Suns lost the 2021 NBA Finals to the Bucks 4-2. So it's just, I don't know how it can be denied at this point. But
no, I think further down the code, you people will see it's definitely not man. But as I say, Mount Vesuvius has connections. So what the Jesuits made the volcano erupt.
Vesuvius. This is definitely this is stretching from me, but Vesuvius just reminds me of Vinicius, who got the winning goal in the Real Madrid Champions League final versus Liverpool, but that could be stretching a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Spalletti took over Napoli 1 year, 5 months, 6 days after Kobe's death, and 156 prime is 9/11.
Kobe died 156 days after his birthday.
Sorry, what was that?
Kobe Bryant died 156 days after his birthday, and Michael Jordan played 15 seasons in the NBA and won 6 finals.
Wow. Yeah.
And Michael Jordan inducted Kobe into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he did. They were renamed on 6th of the 9th, 2004. Charles would be crowned 69 years after his mother was crowned. Elizabeth became queen 69 weeks to her coronation. This Serie A began exactly 69 weeks after Prince Philip's funeral.
Woo!
He said he'd like to return as a virus.
Wow. Wow. Keep going. Jeez.
And Queen Elizabeth equals 69, the mark of the beast equals 69, Jesuit order equals 69, Illuminati equals 69. And listen, this is crazy. Adam Weishaupt founded the Illuminati. His birth, 6th of the 2nd, 1748, to last Serie A game is 100,560 days. So a 156.
That's why Mohamed Salah, who they call the Egyptian king, he was born 15/6, 9/11, the 156 prime. That's why he's dominated because of his birthday and the Egyptian theme and the king theme. It's just absolute insanity.
Yeah.
That's why Salah's done so well. He did nothing at Chelsea, really. And then he went to Roma, didn't he, where the Vatican is. And then he's been one of the best players.
Yeah.
One of the best players in the world over the last 3 or 4 years. That's absolutely crazy with those 69s. I'm truly blown away because I'm going to make some edits on my Queen book and get it back out. I'll have to put in those 69s. They're absolute insanity that you just said. Wow. Jeez.
That's final, and then you might want to use some of that.
Yeah.
So Weishaupt born 37th day of the year, and Maradona born 37 years before Anton LaVey's death. And Wise died in 1830, 113 years after Freemasonry founded. Obviously, that's not exact. And now on to FA Cup. So Adam Weishaupt equals 210, and the Munich air disaster was on the 210th anniversary of his death. He was from Ingolstadt, Bavaria, and the plane crashed in Munich, which is also in Bavaria. And now you'll see how Man U, Ten Hag, and this FA Cup is connected to war. So Weishaupt's birth is also a span of 100,560 days to FA Cup final. That's a span of, because it's the day before Serie A ends. And this favours Man U. As I've said, I've always been on Man U, and they've got more war connections than Man City.
What I will say, just slight warning, because your code for Man United is one of the best I've ever seen. Man United won the treble in 1999, and they beat Bayern Munich in the final. And you was just talking about these Munich connections with your code for... And Man City could win the treble. That's a possibility. But
it is a possibility, yeah.
But still,
I think you'll be a bit more convinced after this code.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So, George Orwell equals 142, and this is the 142nd FA Cup. Orwell wrote the book 1984 equals 266, 86. 142nd FA Cup equals 266, and it started on A6 or 68, this FA Cup.
And Pope Francis, the 266 Pope, is currently 86.
86, yeah. And the 1984 book was released on 8/6/1949. Can be written 6/8, and all wars began on 6/8, date numerology. 1984 was released a span of 1,077 weeks, 6 days to Ten Hag's birth.
What?
Illuminati founded in 1776 and USA founded in 1776.
Did you see yesterday the 76ers? The 76ers yesterday got their 247th playoff win on the 247-year anniversary of the Illuminati being founded, and they were like plus 450 to win.
Wow, Jesus!
It's all because of that. The people on my website caught that, and it was amazing find.
Yeah.
Right.
And 1,077 weeks, 6 days. Is 20 years, 240 days, and Ukraine war began on 2/24. Orwell born Eric Arthur Blair equals 242, like 24/2, and you have Eric Ten Hag.
And you have Tony Blair. You have Tony Blair, who was massively connected to war whilst he was the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Jeez.
True.
What?
And that 1980 book released on 159th day of the year, Manchester United Football Club equals 159, and Prince Philip, Duke of
Edinburgh, yeah.
9/11 to start of FA Cup is 20 years, 47 weeks, what you were just talking about.
What
and
the
of course,
heck?
The World Trade Center equals 247. Charles III equals 247. Book of Revelation equals 247.
And it's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
It's all time.
Yeah, true. And 20 years, 47 weeks is 20 years, 330 days. 233 is the 13th Fibonacci. Man U can win their 13th FA Cup. 13th prime is 41. 41st prime is 179. Manchester United equals 179. Skull and Bones equals 149. 41. FA Cup began a span of 149 days after coronavirus declared pandemic. Coronavirus equals 142. And it's the 142nd edition.
And 233. 233 is the 51st prime, which is the date the Illuminati were founded, 5/1, and Gianna Bryant's birthday, who just turned 17. And did you mention already that Ten Hag was hired on the Queen's birthday?
Because I don't see that stuff. I see he was hired on 1st of the 7th.
No, it was hired.
You see that stuff on.
That might be when his contract.
Yeah,
that might be when
he was approached or something.
That might be when his contract ends. It was
Right.
it was hired on the Queen's birthday, just like Podder for Chelsea was hired the day the Queen died. And he's born 520, and Elizabeth's funeral was 520 days
They're
after
not that
Philip.
clear.
Yeah, it's just a joke,
Right.
mate, the Ten Hag connections. I remember, what was your 9/11 connection with Ten Hag when he was in the Dutch league?
Yeah, and they changed that. He managed 911 days for Utrecht, but they changed it to 910 afterward.
Well, I know, but when you showed me, it was definitely 9/11 because I checked it. So the fact they're changing stats, that's very frustrating. That was something that I've had a slight concern about for a while now. If these, like StatMuse now are charging $20 to use their site, which they never charged before, if they get onto the fact that we're onto them, people like you and I, they can, I don't know if it's in God's hands at this point, but if they manipulate the statistics, it changes everything, doesn't it? Well, not everything, but it will have a big say in things if they're able to lie. Like, it was definitely 911, so now you're telling me it's 910.
Yeah. That's why I stay away from individual Champions League games, because there's no stats you can count on.
Yeah. It's hard to find consistent stats, but that's why date durations, they're huge, and I know they can change them as well.
Yeah,
but not
that's
really.
It. Or if you like a finalist, then you can back them all the way till they get to the final.
Yeah, which you've done with Man United, and obviously you, as soon as John Motson died, you was like Manchester derby probably because he was born in Manchester, wasn't he? And he's
yeah,
the John Motson.
That's right. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So George Orwell was born 25th of the 6th, 1903, 176th day of the year, 142nd FA Cup equals 176. 17 times 6 equals 102. Twin Towers came down in 102 minutes. Orwell was born 119 years, 11 months, 9 days to this FA Cup final, like 11/9. And King of England equals 119. George Floyd equals 119, and died in the Twin City.
That 76ers game yesterday, that massive upset, they won with 119 points, mate. What the heck?
Wow. Yeah, they're just the same numbers that they're all over.
Yeah, learn those numbers. You see it all play. For your 142 as well, with all your 142s, Christian Eriksen was born on 14-2.
Yeah, I've got that further down.
Okay.
And he connects to someone else. I'll get to that shortly. But and Orwell died a span of 168/9 days after Prince Charles's birth. And Queen Elizabeth equals 168. La Madonna equals 168. The Virgin Mary equals 169. 169 square root is 13 for Man U's 13th FA Cup. And Charles will be crowned king 1,076 days after George Floyd's death, and 170 weeks, 6 days after Kobe's death, and both connected to Revelation. And 142nd FA Cup equals 176. And of course, this is on 6-3, and Prince Philip equals 6-3. You know, the final is on 6-3.
And Kobe retired 2016, the 63rd triangular number.
Wow, Jesus.
Mate, do you reckon you said all those 102s, which obviously connect to 9/11, so it lasted 102 minutes, and you said 17 times 6 is 102. Do you reckon that's why they've kept Arteta on 102 wins in his career? Makes sense now.
Oh, is he on 102 wins?
Yeah, now it's making sense. Why they've kept him on that 102 with all the 9/11 riddles that have been hitting every day and in all sports that have been putting out. Now it makes sense that it's stayed on 102. That's something to look out for tonight.
Yeah, and then they play Newcastle, I think, the game after that.
Yeah, this is Arsenal's last game before the coronation.
That might not be a win for Arsenal either.
Yeah, it's in Newcastle. They're doing amazing right after we have like a new leader in regards to King Charles. Newcastle. It's just it's just absolutely insane, to be honest with you. Just insane. If Arsenal don't win tonight, you may as well just write them off for the league. I think they have to win. If they don't, it's done.
Yeah.
They're already like massive.
They're 10-1 right now.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't win today, they'll be 20-1, and that'll be done and dusted. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on in that game for sure. It's interesting. You and I, well, me personally, I really dislike the one-off games where all eyes are on it. I don't like the one-off games. You know, like Monday Night Football. Tuesday.
They seem to end up in a draw more often.
More often than not, that seems to happen. But yeah, we'll see. I'll reveal what goes down in that game. I've already put out my code. I'm not going to reveal it here though. 1 second, mate. HS9. I don't know. None of us know who's going to win the league. As you all know, I said Man City for 4 months and Haaland Golden Boot. I changed to Arsenal. It's not over yet. I don't know who's going to win the league. So when you say I thought Arsenal winning the league, I'm not a god, mate. I'm not a god. If they don't win today, they're pretty much done, aren't they? So let's see what happens. If they win, okay, it makes things a bit more interesting. All right. Much love to you all in the chat anyway. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Chuck's pulling out some numbers here that are quite simply startling. Keep going, Chuck.
Okay, so George Orwell died on 1/21. Man United founded 121 years ago. Not as Newton Heath, but as Man United.
That's Man United.
The Queen equals 1. Yeah, the Queen equals 121. Antichrist equals 121. Albert Pike's statue was up for 121 years. Blood sacrifice equals 121. And Man United founded 1 year, 2 months, 1 day before Orwell's birth. And 1 year, 2 months, 1 day is 1 year, 8 weeks, 6 days. And coronavirus declared a pandemic 18 years, 6 days after 9/11. Mark of Beast equals 186.
It's 18 years and 6 months, not days.
Oh, right. Did I say days? I meant
yeah. It's all right, because you're rattling off so many incredible numbers. I do it. Keep going. It's wild.
Yeah, it happens, yeah. It's also a span of 14 months, 2 days. George Orwell equals 142, 142nd edition FA Cup. Man United, as in UTD, equals 142. And now you'll see how the 142 is connected to war. Vladimir Lenin equals 14270. George Orwell equals 14270. Lenin died on 1/21, exactly 26 years before George Orwell. Queen equals 26. Lenin was born on 22nd of the 4th, like Ukraine war began, 2/24. And Lenin's death to Ten Hag's birth is 2,402 weeks, like 24/2. Wow. Lenin born on a date leaving 253 days left in year. Manchester United equals 253. 253 is 22nd triangular number. And Ten Hag born on 2/2. Ten Hag born 99 years, 9 months, 11 days after Lenin was born. 9 times 11 equals 99. Philip died age 99 on 99th day of year.
I was just saying right now, Sir Alex Ferguson's 81, which is 9 times 9.
Oh, right. Yeah, good point.
Kobe's high scoring game, crazy.
And now some FA Cup history, because the FA Cup stopped for World War I, and that was the 44th edition, and kill equals 44. And so this one is 98 FA Cups later, and Queen died on 9/8.
Oh, my goodness.
And that last one, before World War I, was played at Old Trafford, won by Sheffield United. And that was on 24th of the 4th, 1915. 6 years, 6 weeks, 6 days to Prince Philip's birth. And as I said, this final is on 3/6. Hitler equals 366. 36 triangular is 666. 36 prime is 151. And the first FA Cup final was 151 years ago. The Great Reset equals 151. And pandemic equals 151.
151's the 36 prime, and the final's on the 3rd of June, 3/6. And
yeah, I had that before.
Oh, and do you know all the amazing 26 finds you've made with the FA Cup final? Remarkable 26 finds.
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez became the first player to score a hat-trick in a semi-final at Wembley, and he wears number 26. When they beat Sheffield United 3-0, he got a hat-trick number 26. How insane, mate. On Eid, during Eid. Because they're pushing that now. They're really pushing Islam on people and trying to get rid of Christianity. I see it. I saw it all over England. Him and Salah scored.
Yeah.
Him and Salah had amazing weekends during Eid. Of course they did.
Right, yeah. And that 44th FA Cup, before World War I, was on 24th of the 4th, and King Charles III equals 244. And to him being crowned is 108 years, 12 days, like 1812. Same year there was a major war, the American War of 1812.
And the World Cup final was on 1812, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And your 24-4, Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee was over 4 days, 24 hours in a day. 24 times 4 is 96, the age she died. And Ten Hag was hired on Elizabeth's 96th birthday.
Yeah. Wow. And the last FA Cup before World War II was the 64th FA Cup, and 64 prime is 311 back to Corona. The final was on 29th of the 4th, 1939. 600 months, 10 days after Adolf Hitler was born, and Adolf Hitler equals 61. And 600 months, 10 days is 50 years, 10 days. Illuminati founded on 5-1. In Germany, Portsmouth equals 51, who won that FA Cup. And May Day is on 5-1, and May Day is a distress call.
Mate, something's just hit me. Something's just massively hit me. In 10 days before 9/11 2001, 10 like Ten Hag, they love a 1-0 win. Number 10, Rashford's being the star player, which I called. 10 days before 9/11, 9/1, 2001, the anniversary of World War II beginning, mate, England went to Bavaria and beat Germany 5-1, and number 10, Owen, scored a hat-trick. Can you believe this?
Wow.
In Bavaria, where the Illuminati
very
founded
connected to 9/11. As you know, Ronaldo's debut was on 9/11. So.
Yeah, his second debut was on 9/11, where he got his 119th goal for Man United. He did that against Newcastle, 4-1 win, and 9/11 was 41 dating emoji pure, the age Kobe died.
And back to this, how appropriate it was for Portsmouth to win that last FA Cup before World War II, because the British troops set off from Portsmouth to go to Normandy for D-Day.
Wow, to go to Normandy, and then Papa Diop died at age 42. He won that FA Cup with Portsmouth. And then Senegal knocked out France, didn't they, in that massive upset when he was playing? Or they beat them in the World Cup. When Papa Diop and El Hadji Diouf were playing for Senegal, they beat France.
He won which FA Cup?
Papa Diop was playing for Portsmouth. He was on the bench.
Oh, yeah, but not this one, because this one was in 1939.
Oh, I'm talking about the one that they won with Harry Redknapp. That was crazy as well. They beat Cardiff, I think, which is Welsh club connected to King Charles, who was the Prince of Wales. Remember that? How on earth do you have Portsmouth versus Cardiff in the FA Cup final if we're not in a coded reality? Let's be serious. How would you have Cardiff against Portsmouth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
in 1939, it's possible that these teams were like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Back then, I'm just talking about
not after 2000.
What about when Bradford City got to the League Cup final, got beat by Swansea, again another Welsh club? They did that in 2013, the year Francis became the Pope. They also got promoted that year through the playoffs. And the Bradford City Fire, 56 people died. Pope 56, Society of Jesus 56. So
yeah,
I don't know who's doing this. If it's the devil, if it's man who knows, and wizards and black magic, if it's God, somebody mentioned something to me yesterday saying that what I do is black magic and I shouldn't be doing it. I know people all have their opinions and stuff like that, but these outcomes that are going on are ridiculous.
I've been told that. I don't really agree with that. I think you're revealing. Exactly. We're revealing the rituals, the black magic rituals, or whatever they are, or demons, or
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
entities,
what our main
Satan.
goal is, isn't it? To reveal that we live in a coded reality, and it's man who's not behind the code. That's the main thing I do.
Yeah.
Hopefully that.
I think they say that they put that out the same as tarot cards because they don't want people.
I think there's many things that they do like that. Yeah, where they call you out for doing it. People are always going to fire bullets at you, whatever it is that you do. And again, you've got to just be strong in your conviction of why you do what you do. And we're definitely helping people. That's how I approach it. So I know that's how you approach it as well. You're doing this live to help people, to see how incredible the code is. You don't have to be doing this. This is not a chore. This is not a job for you. It's because
I enjoy coding and sharing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy what you're
revealing. People can learn. But Portsmouth, they can both be in the team to hold the FA Cup the longest 7 years, because obviously that 7-year break for the war.
Yeah. Wow.
They won the FA Cup 6 years, 1 day to Hitler's death, and Adolf Hitler equals 61. And that last FA Cup before World War II, which they won, is 1,008 months, 7 days to Charles being crowned king on 5/6. Adolf Hitler equals 56, 187. Society of Jesus equals 56, 187. And this is why I think, even though I've said I do think the World Cup plays out, but this might well be the last FA Cup.
Wow.
Being the 142nd.
We know how enormous 144 is with the sealed angels, and we know how big 144 is. There might be a couple more. That'll take us to 2025.
Would be 2025, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, and that's when they're saying the SARS pandemic's going to hit. That's what the simulation says by 2025. So, yeah, the
this next bit it's a bit crazy. Right, Willard Carroll Smith 2 equals 142, 142nd edition FA Cup. Will Smith, born 25th of the 9th, 1968, 16 months, 8 days before Ten Hag, and Queen Elizabeth II equals 168. And Smith went through the ritual of slapping Chris Rock at the 94th Academy Awards, and Prince Philip died on 9/4. And this FA Cup lasts 9 months, 4 weeks. And Will Smith was the star of the show Prince of Bel-Air. And those Academy Awards were on 27th of the 3rd, 22, 1 year, 68 days to FA Cup final. And the award for the best new original song in those Academy Awards went to Billie Eilish for the song No Time to Die equals 168. And Eilish, born same year as 9/11 attacks, her last birthday, 18th of the 12th, 22, to FA Cup final is 168 days, which was actually, as you said, also the World Cup final. And back to Will Smith, he received a 10-year event ban for that slap, like Ten Hag, and 10 Fibonacci and tries equals 55, Satan equals 55, 10, Eric Ten Hag equals 55. And his ban was implemented on 8th of the 4th, 22, 1 year, 56 days to FA Cup final, and World War III in Roman numerals equals 156, 156 prime is 9/11. And 1 year, 56 days is 421 days. Queen's birthday and Prince, the singer's death, on 4/21. And those 16, sorry?
No, I'm just blown away. And a lot of people don't know that this is the first ever Manchester derby in the FA Cup final. That shocked me when I found that stat. I was like, how is this the first time that they've ever met in the FA Cup
Manchester
final?
equals 56. Again, Hitler and King Charles coronation.
And you talking about Italy and everything, like there's got to be a reason why those two Milan clubs are in the semi-final and meeting each other at the San Siro, because that league is very average now, and you've got two Italian teams meeting in the semi-final, Inter and AC Milan. I'll really heavily look into those games.
Bergamo, they were the worst hit and the first hit by coronavirus, so it might well be that.
It has to be connected to that, doesn't it? It has to be. I know if it's Man City there against one of the Milan teams. Remember the Euro 2020 final was Italy against England. So they might do that Italy-England theme again, an Italian team against an English one.
Yeah. I mean, if Man City get to the final and they more or less won the league, then I will fear about the FA Cup, but I'll still stick with Man U anyway.
Yeah, but you're in a phenomenal position to cover, and that's what people need to know. Those who bet, they have to learn the art of covering, or they're not winning any money over the year. They have to learn. Like, did you see yesterday on my website? I told people to cover the draw. I felt like Everton were going to score, and then they scored 3 minutes later. It finished 2-2. That was plus 250. And I like the score to be 2-2 because Vardy scored in a 9/11 riddle, and the upcoming anniversary of 9/11 is a 22-year anniversary. So it's just seeing what's playing out, knowing where the code's going in play, knowing when to cash out your money, knowing when to go back in. And that's a gift. It's a real gift. And if you don't have that, if you don't have that gift and you don't have that discipline, I think over the year, you'll be losing if you don't know the art of betting in play, or you'll be winning small amounts if that's why you're doing it. So you've got to learn how to do that. I teach people that, but a lot of people choose not to pay attention to it because of greed.
True.
All right, keep going, mate. This is just beyond phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, and Smith was banned 2 years, 5 months, 3 weeks after event 201. Which it was on the 10th month, and Manchester United equals 253. And back to Eilish, because her name is like Eye of Horus reference. She released a song called You Could See Me in a Crown on the 18th of the 7th, 2018. 250 weeks, 3 days to Charles being crowned king. And it was released 199th day of the year, and Queen buried on 19th.
That's like Brady. Brady, who was drafted 199th pick. Ariana Grande brought out a song called 7 Rings, which was all connected to him winning his 7th ring in 2021. So these songs, what I'm trying to say, the songs that you're referring to there, they have a huge say. They have a huge say, these songs, with durations and dates. So that's amazing.
And Academy Awards and Oscars.
It's all connected, isn't it? It's all completely connected.
Yeah, that's why it's not easy. It's not easy to crack a code because
there's so much to factor.
Even the news that connects to certain news. So
there's
it can be tough.
Yeah, of course it is. That's part of the fun.
And the All-CNI equals 253. Manchester United equals 253. Elizabeth Christ Trump equals 253. And she died on 6/6/66, same year a Church of Satan founded. And she just happened to die 100 months to Man United's air disaster. 100 square root is 10, like 10 Hague. 100 months is 8 years, 4 months. Queen Elizabeth II equals 84. And Smith was banned for 10 years on 8/4 for slapping Christopher like Christ. And you have Elizabeth Christ Trump, who was born in Germany when Man United's plane crashed. And of course, she was buried in Queens, New York. And you know how old she would be this year?
No.
142 years old.
Oh, bro. And she was born in the Kingdom of Bavaria, where the Illuminati were founded.
Yeah, and where the plane crashed.
What?
And as you said, Christian Eriksen born on 14/2. And
number 10.
52,100 days exactly to FA Cup final. 521 is 98 Fibonacci. Queen died on 9/8. Prince Rogers Nelson equals 9/8. April 21st equals 9/8. Prince death date and Queen's birthday. The Great Depression equals 98. And it wasn't long after Queen's death that worldwide inflation kicked in. So September 19th equals 9/8. Queen's funeral. Kansas City Chiefs equals 9/8. Super Bowl 57 winners.
And the NFL
which
season.
I posted a code connected to Man United.
The NFL season began the date the Queen died. The season the Chiefs won it. It began on the Queen's.
Yes.
And speaking about Eriksen, who's born on 14/2, which is St. Valentine's Day Massacre anniversary, he got signed by Ten Hag, and he had a cardiac arrest wearing number 10, and he had a cardiac arrest when they were losing 1-0 to Finland. 10.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Philip was born into Danish royalty as well, wasn't he? Prince Philip was born into Danish royalty.
He was born?
He was born into Danish royalty. Obviously, you've got Ericsson, whose middle name's Daneman.
Yeah, he's called Daneman, isn't
and he played for Tottenham.
And getting back to the Chiefs,
go on.
Would they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and Manchester City have an eagle on their crest? So that favours, obviously, Man U, the red team, like the Chiefs was the red team.
It was interesting, though, that Arsenal's first game of the season was against the Eagles, Crystal Palace, who play at... well, obviously, their last name's Palace, like Buckingham Palace. Yeah, Arsenal's first game was against Palace, and their first goal of the league season was Gabriel Martinelli, number 11. He was born 18/6, and coronavirus declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11, and he wears number 11, like the funeral of the Queen was 11 days after she died at 11 a.m. And you said the 1-2-1s. That's 11 times 11, which is Remembrance Day, which is honoring war veterans who lost their life.
And that's a great point about Palace, the Eagles. I actually forgot that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But again, what the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, didn't they, to the Chiefs?
Yeah, exactly. Again, that favours Man United. But this code isn't... it's about the war connections. I'm just saying I've liked Man United.
Oh, no, the whole code. That's the code that I'm focusing on, not whether you necessarily get the outcome correct. It's the phenomenal fines that are just... The fines you do, obviously, when it comes to sports, we can't always be right, but the fines you do when you take away the prediction of who's going to win, who's going to lose, this, that, and the other, you're right far more than you're wrong. The code itself is just... It's remarkable, mate. The war connections, the Revelation, the George Orwell, the Will Smith, the Oscars, the Super Bowl, the Titanic.
When you go into the history, you find it how it all syncs up, and you just go, wow, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, Elizabeth Christ Trump, she died on 22nd year anniversary of D-Day, and 22nd triangular is 253. Elizabeth Christ Trump equals 253, and Manchester United equals 253. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin equals 142, and Joseph Stalin's birth name, Josip Vissarionis Jugashvili, something like that, equals 142.
And it's funny that you have Joseph Stalin and Biden's first name's Joseph.
Yeah.
And he funded the war in the Ukraine, didn't he? People say, oh, that's amazing. No. Why is it amazing funding a war which is leading to so-called death? What's amazing about funding a war? It's like funding somebody's drug habit.
They're going to get that money back from.
Well, we know the money. The money's a joke. With the monetary system, it's printed paper. The whole nonsense with money, that's a control tool, social construct of the devil. But what I'm getting at is Biden donating money to the war in the Ukraine is literally like me donating $100 to a drug addict to say, there you go get yourself some cocaine, mate, and giving me a round of applause for it, for being generous.
Yeah. The media can brainwash anyone, can't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone, the 98%.
Yeah, pretty much, it seems, or higher.
And Winston Churchill, who was obviously connected to World War II, the British Prime Minister during World War II, and he died 24th of the 1st, 65, which is a reflection of 142, and he died 15 months, 6 days to Churchill. Satan founded 156 Prime is 9/11, and including end date, 1 year, 3 months, 1 week, the Red Devils equals 131. Another team connected to war and wear red like Man United that knocked out Man City in the 2020 FA Cup final during the coronavirus on 18th of the 7th, 20, which is behind closed doors due to COVID, is exactly 150 weeks to this FA Cup final, and the Queen Elizabeth and Illuminati equals 150. And 150 weeks is 2 years, 320 days, and John Motson died on 23rd of the 2nd.
Oh my goodness, mate. And when you're talking about your 142s, Maradona scored 8 goals in 21 World Cup games, 821's the 142nd prime. And the World Cup lasted 28 days, 14 times 2 is 28, isn't it? 28 is the 7th triangular number. You mentioned all the 7s with Man United, with Portsmouth. Ronaldo, by the way, CR7, he supposedly convinced Casemiro to sign for the Red Devils whilst he was there. Casemiro wears number 18. Ronaldo was wearing 7, 187.
187. Yeah, blimey. Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, Society of Jesus, yeah.
And I finished with the FA Cup and back to Napoli. This is the 121st year of Italian Serie A, and the Queen equals 121. Maradona died 1,002 weeks, 1 day after 9/11 attacks, and Antichrist equals 121. The Antichrist equals 64, and this Serie A ends on 6-4 or 4-6. And Associazione Calcio of Napoli equals 402. Maradona died 402 weeks after Francis installed as Pope, and the beast reigns for 42 months.
And the 6-4, the 6-4 and 4-6 have said if Arsenal win tonight, they stay on 6 draws and 4 losses, and Lampard was rehired by Chelsea on 4-6, which made no sense because everywhere he's been, he's not improved them. Why would you hire him? It made no sense.
It made about as much sense as getting Roy Hodgson to come back at Crystal Palace at 80-something.
Yeah, I know. Is it true that, and I haven't looked into it, is Allardyce at Leeds now?
Is he? Not sure.
I think my mate Lockwood messaged me. Leeds set to sack manager Javi Gracia and in talks with Sam Allardyce. So he's not there yet. I said Gracia would go, but if he keeps them up, that was Allardyce's whole career, wasn't it? How he would keep teams up.
Yeah.
He coached 1 game for England and it finished 1-0 like 10, where Lallana scored, whose dad's an open Freemason.
Yeah, for taking backhanders, wasn't it? Something like
that. Yeah. What a joke. Sam Allardyce, like, well, it's just comical, man. It's the same people.
He's a multi-millionaire, probably. I mean, why is he going to risk? It's just a story they come up with.
Oh, they make all sorts of shit up. It's beyond comical at this point.
Yeah. So Maradona, born 30th of the 10th, 1960, which was 66 months before Church of Satan founded. The Queen Elizabeth equals 66. Number of the beast equals 66. Revelation is 66 in the Bible. Church of Satan founded 119, date numerology. Maradona born on 119, date numerology. Maradona signed for Napoli 5th of the 7th, 1984. 206 months, 6 days to 9/11, and Francis is 266 Pope.
And Super Bowl 57 was 57 days after the Pope's birthday.
Yeah. And Mount Vesuvius last erupted on 3/17, and 317 is the 66 prime, and Maradona born 66 months before Church of Satan founded. Mount Vesuvius' last major eruption was 17th of the 3rd, or 317, 1944, during World War II, and it just happened to be 9 years, 11 weeks exactly to Elizabeth Crown Queen. And also, it just happened to be 910 months, 10 days to Kobe's death. And and 911th minute of the day is 3:11 p.m. and coronavirus officially arrived in Italy on 31st of the first 20, where 26 people died during the 1944 Vesuvius eruption. Again, Queen equals 26, Crown 26, Kobe died 26th day of the year. And that last eruption was on 17/3. Diego Maradona equals 173. The Queen of England equals 173. And that last eruption was 17 months, 17 days to end of World War II. And Freemasonry founded on 1717.
And the Chiefs ended ended last season's NFL season 17-3.
17-3, yeah, correct.
Which is 17 times 3 is 51 when the Illuminati were founded as well. 5-1. 17 times 3.
Wow, yeah, good point, yeah.
Oh, bam.
And Maradona's debut was for Argentinos Juniors on 20th of the 10th, 1976, 50 years, 6 months after Queen's birth, and coronavirus 56. The Society of Jesus equals 66.
Tell me that date. Wait. When was his debut?
His debut was 20th of October 1976.
So you're telling me the iconic number 10,
201.
the iconic number 10 made his debut 10 days before his birthday?
Yeah.
In the 10th month?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, they love these 10s, don't they?
Say 10. And again, Ten Hag, I don't know how popular that middle name is in Holland because I've only been once, but do you think there's many people whose middle name's 10 in Holland?
Is that his middle name?
Well, it's Eric Ten Hag, isn't it? Like that's his.
Sorry, Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Yeah, it is very strange. But again, I don't know.
I've never heard. I've never heard.
Well, other than Ten Hag, I've never come across anyone whose middle name's 10 in my lifetime. I don't know if it's just a joke.
Yeah, obviously made up.
Yeah, like most things that they present to us. Yeah. Oh, Satan gave him it. Yeah, I don't know. All right. The Red Devils.
Yeah, and Maradona was born 5 years, 6 months before Church of Satan founded, and Church of Satan equals 56, and Church we found on 5-6. And Italy's worst ever volcanic eruption was Mount Etna in Catania on 11th of the 3rd, 1669. 351 years to coronavirus declared pandemic, and 1669 is the 263rd prime. 263 is the 56th prime, and coronavirus equals 56. And 351 is the 26th triangular number, which goes back to Queen Crown, and 26 people died in the last eruption of Mount Vesuvius.
What the heck?
Was Mount Etna in Catania, I think.
It's baffling, mate. It's absolutely baffling. It's remarkable information.
That's the end of the code, but I'm sure there's loads more to it. It's digging, but
it is never ending.
These catastrophes connect. So how is that possible if it's not demons?
That's what I mean. I think AI is demons as well. I think artificial intelligence is demons. So yeah, you've just proven once again pretty much that man has not coded all of that. And if so, why? Brilliant question. If man's coding it, which he blatantly isn't, why? Why set it up? So you've just shown that how sacred numbers are.
Just to fulfill rituals on a date when, other than fulfilling the numbers, it doesn't make much sense.
If it is these men doing it and they run the world like people seem to believe because they don't understand this knowledge or they've not been open to this knowledge, is if they do own the monetary system, that's all they would need, is it not? To have power, control, influence, just that. Just knowing how the economic system works, being at the top of it, that should be enough, shouldn't it? They don't need to do all of these other things if it wasn't demonic, if it wasn't spiritual wickedness in high places. They'd just sit back, they'd have unlimited amounts of money, and that's all they would need. And people go, no, they're sociopaths, they're narcissists. Yeah, there's an element to that because they're possessed by demons. And that's what demons are. They're desperate for energy and attention and to destroy humanity. This isn't man. Man's being used by the devil at this point because this is his realm. And people need to start getting that in their head and seeing the revelation numbers that are happening that are not being plucked out of thin air by people like you and I. They're there every single day. And historically, we're seeing now, like that Falklands War began on 4-2, didn't it? Another 42.
Yeah.
England and Argentina, just beyond.
And that's why the sports is sometimes the best way to reveal those numbers because it gets you onto something else, and then
sports is the best.
You look at history, and then that connects, and then it puts everything together. It's not necessarily about getting the winner; it's about making all these connections.
Yeah, it helps getting the winner. It absolutely helps getting the winner to back up where you're going with it all. But it's not the be all end all.
Yeah.
With all of this, it's showing people just how coded everything truly is, and It's remarkable, mate. Like all the 46s we talk about, World War One were 4 years, wasn't it? And the Second War was 46. We've got the 46th President Biden. You've got LeBron 4 and 6 in NBA Finals. That's why I don't think he wins it again. Even though everyone's saying 5 and 6, I don't think the Lakers win it. I said that before the season began. I'm not going to change my mind now because people bombard me with messages. I don't think that happens. I think Brady retired 46 days after the Pope's birthday. Catholic equals 46. 4 sixes is 66.6%. People underestimate that 46 number. JFK was assassinated at 46. It goes under the radar, that number. 4 times 6 is 24, which is that enormous number, which we see in, day out, the 24s. So, mate, that presentation was beyond incredible. Thank you for it.
You're leaning more on Man United now for the FA Cup? Or?
I will say this, that your code's one of the best I've ever seen, but I can't write off that Man City treble 24 years after Man United's treble. I can't. I hope you're right. I really do. The odds scare me for United. They're 4-1 to win. They might win in added time. They might win in.
3-1. I've got.
Oh, they're 3-1. I just really, if they do win it, mate, come on my show and present every single fan, because I've read your code over and over again. The fact that it's the Manchester teams both there says it all anyway, with what you put about John Motson. And like you said, you had United from the beginning, so you rode them every single game, and they've had a couple of difficult games.
Well, from January onwards.
Yeah. But that's when it starts getting. At the beginning, they really had. Usually in the 3rd or 4th rounds, there's not much going on, but if you got on them then, they've still knocked out some decent teams. Like they knocked out Brighton, didn't they? And they're doing really well.
Yeah, Brighton and Fulham connected to the Queen.
Yeah, Fulham have had a decent season, to be fair. They've only just started struggling recently, but they've had a good season for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Mate, that was spectacular.
Obviously, if Man City do get past Real Madrid, then
I think they do.
Be a possibility.
I don't think Ancelotti's coaching in the Champions League final in Istanbul on his birthday when he lost the Champions League final in Istanbul with Milan in 2005. I can't see it. I can't see him being there on his birthday. If he is, it's absolutely comical, to be honest.
You don't know. Sometimes you don't know if they're going to put it right in your face. Or
that's the annoying thing. That's the really annoying thing. I tell people this all the time. More often than not, it's not in your face, and I see through it. More often than not, and sometimes I tell myself that I go, no. More often than not, they don't allow it to be that blatant. But then there's the 4 or 5, maybe 6 examples where it's beyond blatant, like Lakers winning the NBA the year Kobe died on National Father-Daughter Day, or like Michael Jordan winning the NBA right after his father died. He wins it on Father's Day. And then Argentina beating France in the World Cup final one day after Pope Francis's birthday and the Society of Jesus were founded in France. So there's definitely some blatant ones. The Houston Astros winning the World Series exactly 1 year after Astro World disaster. You get them, but more often than not, in my 3 years of experience, they don't give you it like that. So King James going 5 and 6 the year that King Charles is coronated on 5-6. That to me screams bait. And he got 56 points last year, LeBron, against Golden State, the year of Super Bowl 56, which was in LA. There's certain ones where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ride LA here, but not for me, not for my ego, not for my website, not to be like, I called it. This is what people have to get out their head. If LeBron and the Lakers were to win it all and he goes 5 and 6, I will be live on that day. Not to say I told you so, because I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll still reveal it because that means more to me than proving how good I am. I've done that at this point. So have you. It's not about proving how good we are at coding. We know that. So that's what people don't get. More often than not, the blatant riddle doesn't hit with futures. But yours isn't.
Like
yours isn't.
They lay traps.
But yours isn't like something obvious. It's profound.
It's not blatant. It's not obvious.
It's profound. Everyone thinks Man City are going to crush them. That's what they think. That's if you ask anyone who's going to win that, they'll say Man City or crush them.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I hope you're right, mate.
Sure.
I really hope you're right with it. But whatever happens with that outcome, it's just you've proven to everyone here why they're meeting each other and how everything is connected by the same code. It's
but because Man U are more connected to war, that gives me more confidence.
But Arsenal are massively connected to war. The Arsenal connects to war. Gunners connects to war. They have all the war theme. So
but what edition? What edition Premier League is this? It might not connect.
It's the 31st. It's the 31st edition. That's why Man City beat Arsenal 3-1 home and away. Oh no, they beat them 4-1, didn't they? 4-1 and 3-1. But there's all these 31s. 31 weeks left in the year.
New edition and overall 100 and something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what edition it is of the league, but the 142 fans you've got are startling. They're crazy, mate.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what gives me a bit of confidence.
Yeah, you should. You should. And mate, if United, I know how smart you are. If United take the lead, cover City to lift the trophy. With all the futures you have, if United take the lead, please cover City.
Yeah, because at the moment it's a bit hard to cash anything in.
Yeah, you can't really. You can't with City being like, what are they? 1 to
4 to lift the trophy.
Yeah, so there's really not much you can do unless United go up. And if City go up, then there's definitely nothing you can do, and just hope that United find a way back in it. The problem is when City score first, can't remember what the stat is, the exact stat, but it's ludicrous. When City score first, they pretty much don't lose. When they score first, you've got to score first against them more often than not. If you take it, not always, but
be broken. Though. If we're lucky, then Haaland will get an injury a few days before the
Yeah, stuff like that can happen, or that City can get a player sent off in first 5 minutes, and Man United get a penalty.
Yeah,
there's all sorts of stuff that can go off. All sorts of stuff can go off. Like, anything is possible with it, and I appreciate you, mate. I appreciate your work. Chuck has a Patreon, guys. If you want to support him, it's only $5, and he puts out codes like this all the time. If you want to check him out, it's really good.
All right, thanks. It's I can't post a link. YouTube erase it. But
I know they do.
It's Chuck. They'll find me. Chuck Norris in a karate suit.
Chuck Norris in a karate suit is the image. Just type in Chuck, you'll find him. All right. Well, Chuck, thank you, mate. I've got to call my brother Gabriel, my web developer, to get a few things done with the website, and I've got all sorts of stuff going on today. But that was a pleasure, mate. Remarkable finds. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks a lot, Adam. Yeah, have a good day as well.
Yeah, you too, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks again.
All right, cheers.
Bye, mate.
See you later.
Bye-bye. I've got goosebumps from head to toe. I don't think I know anyone else who can code like that. When it comes to history and making all those connections, I think you underestimate how good he is, because he gives you so much. It's like when you go out and eat so much food, you start to lose like appreciation for the taste of it, because you're just eating so much. He gives you so much incredible information. It could be hard to process. Thankfully, I can process it, obviously, because I'm connected to the code. But that's what I'm saying on his Patreon. You can read it, you can print it off, you can learn from him, and then you make your own connections. That's what it's about. People like me putting out all these numbers, these crazy connections, and then you using your gift to go, all right, he's giving me this. Like, I give you the ingredients. More often than not, I give you the finished product, but I like giving you the ingredients with the code. And you go, all right, he's giving me that. Okay, let me look at this. And then you figure it out, and then you get that sense of satisfaction, and you can see yourself how the code's playing out. Something beautiful about it. Like on my website, when a game's going off, straight away, if someone scores, they'll let you know the numbers, and then it helps you see where the game's going. Like that Leicester game, Leicester equalized after 22 minutes, and I was like, all right, it's going to be 2-2 because of that 22-year anniversary of 9/11. Vardy got the first goal for Leicester, second goal, sorry, gave them the lead. All about 9/11. The guy born 111, 9/11. On a day leaving 111 days left in the year, 111. Queen Elizabeth born 111th day of the year. She died 911 days after coronavirus declared a pandemic. You got Leicester who played at the King Power Stadium, king-like crown. They were coronated champions in 2016, the year Kobe retired, who died in a helicopter crash like their owner. And you start putting it all together, and I was like, okay, this game's finishing 2-2. 3 minutes later, it's 2-2. 30 minutes later, whatever it was, it finished 2-2. Just by seeing it, by helping each other. So anyways, they love your interview with Mark Atwood. Chat, if you haven't watched it, go ahead. It's fantastic. Yeah, I loved it. I need to do another one. I'm going to do one with Donut. If you don't know who Donut is, sub to him. I think he has like 100,000 subs. I believe him to be very genuine. I think you can get to that level and be genuine. I think when you start getting like 1 million, stay away from those channels. Julian Alvarez has won every tournament he played for the first time, with the exception of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, number 19, big Queen number. So there you have it. You're a sub to Donut. If you're not on my Instagram, go on my Instagram. I did a live stream with Ball Don't Lie, an amazing coder, and Donut. We spoke for an hour. It's the first time Donut ever came across my work. And if you watch his reactions, he was pretty blown away, just like I was blown away by his work. And Ball Don't Lie. Go on the Instagram, watch that live stream that we did. I was a guest on it. I wasn't supposed to be, but it worked out that I was, because I'm friends with Andreas, who hosted the interview. You have to watch that. If you want some profound information and knowledge, watch that. We got cut off after 1 hour because I think that's a policy with Instagram. Donut is Jewish. Found that interesting. Again, don't allow history to have you hate every single Jew or every single Muslim. Do you know what I mean? That's how it works. All right, we shouldn't just judge people by whether they're a Jew. He was born a Jew, wasn't he? Like, I was baptized. I was forced into it. I was a child. Although I'm glad it happened, wasn't my choice. So a lot of people are born into their religion, aren't they? They're born into it. It's like you're born into your gender. I'm trying to tell you there's more than two, which is a joke. Can't talk about that. I think World War III will be triggered this year, and it'll kick off next year. I think there'll be huge talks of it, and you'll be going to see World War III headlines all over the place in the fall of 2023. All right, and the 247-year anniversary of the US being founded and the Illuminati, the 13th pentagonal number. The US has been to 12 major wars. They're about to make it 13, which is the age Gianna Bryant died. Kobe died at 41, the 13th prime. I predicted Super Bowl 56 would finish 2023 connected to the war. Now we're in 2023. All the signs are there that World War III is going to occur. I think it's pretty much started with the spiritual aspect of it, which maybe we've been fighting since the fall of mankind, the spiritual war. But you're going to see World War III headlines everywhere. And it's going to come in the dark winter, which they've raved on about. It'll be the fall where they trigger it. And I think 2024 is the year where we're all aware of it. And we're aware that we're living out World War III, at least what they're telling us. So there you have it. That's what I think. And that's all I'm here to do. Put out my finds, my opinions. And the people who are leaving comments, who are naive and ignorant to what I do post codes every day before the outcome, and then I present them in a video. So when you leave your little comments saying you never do this before the outcomes, and your little friends like the comments, you're completely wrong. Go on my site for $10 and see that I code every single day before and say what's going to happen. So please stop with your ignorance, because you're embarrassing yourself. All right. I'll speak to Mark Atwood again at some point, because like I said, people seem to love that podcast that we did, and I enjoyed it, and so did he. So we should do it again. We'll see what happens. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. All right, guys, I'm off. Going to go call my web developer. World War III, by the way, WW, turn it sideways. It's like a 3, so it's like 333. And Arteta is on 333 points for Arsenal. So that's another reason why they probably kept him on 333. It's not going to stay on that all season, but he's on 333. Remember Brady, who won the the Super Bowl right after 9/11 with the Patriots, after the Patriots Act was signed. Brady, who played 333 regular season games as a starter, made $333 million in the NFL and retired with 333 days left in the year. Won his last Super Bowl in 2-7, 3x3x3. 33.3% of the angels were cast out of heaven with Lucifer. So again, I've shown you Arsenal have been staying on that 102, or they're on 102 because it connects to 9/11, which lasted 102 minutes. And you've got Arteta sitting on 333 all-time points. Remarkable or what? It is. It really is. Yeah, I would stock up on supplies. For sure. There will be famines, the third horse of the horsemen. There will be a lot of people dying of starvation. If you really break down, if you go, 3 days without food and drink, look what happens to you. Look what happens. Yeah, the economy will crash. Said it in 2021, it's going to crash this year. It already is. Go to England for a week and tell me the economy is not crashed. Why do you think Raheem Sterling, like pound sterling, went to Chelsea? London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge connects to Elizabeth's funeral. Her face was all over the sterling, the $20, the £20, the £10, the £5, the Queen's face. We're going to have a digital currency. It's going to be one world. There's going to be more one world digital currency. That's where we're going. And we're going to go towards a universal income where we're all given a certain amount of money. If we allow this, a certain amount of money, and if you don't behave the way Satan wants you to behave, you won't get that money. If you don't get the money, you don't eat. That's where we're going in our lifetime. I ain't scared because I'm not in love with the world. I'm of the world. I'm not in love with it. I ain't afraid of it. That's where we're going. Again, when you read my illusion book, it'll make complete sense to you, which I started writing about the economy crashing in 2020 in my book, and then went deep on it in my live streams in 2021. I said by 2023, the economy will collapse. I said we'll have a one world currency for sure by 2025. We will. We're gonna. A digital currency, guys. Again, money, it's either printed paper or numbers on a screen. It's a massive social construct. It basically dictates people's attitudes towards life in many ways, money. That's why if a code ever misses with me, the reason they get upset is not because the code misses, it's because they might have lost money. They're not disappointed in the code missing. They're disappointed that they've lost money. And when they win money, the code's remarkable. It's amazing. Their opinion of the code comes down to money. Doesn't it? That's the way it is. That's the power of money. Money makes the world go around. It seems to be the case within this beast system. But it's money as we know it's going to disappear. And we know that deep down. And then when it does happen, you'll all say it's inevitable. It's not a hard thing to call illusion. Well, yes. It was when I said it years ago and you laughed in my face. And you were laughing in my face weeks ago. So it wasn't inevitable, was it? At least to you. It was to me, not to you. So anyways, Chuck, thank you. Sensational, spectacular, marvelous, baffling, mind-blowing code. I appreciate you, Chucky boy. You're one of the very best, and grateful to you. So yeah, Raheem will convert to Bitcoin or CBDC. Yep. Raheem, like Raheem Sterling. All right. Cheers, guys. See what happens in this Arsenal game. If they don't win it, it's pretty much league over. See what happens. It's all going to be connected to the king, who gets coronated in 4 days. So see if Arsenal stay on 4 league losses. We'll see. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. In the words of Ellie Goulding, anything can happen. Annoying voice. I'm not going to say what I truly think about Ellie Goulding because I'm not allowed on YouTube. All right. Yeah, it is all about Monopoly. One of the most popular board games. Everything's getting monopolized as well. That's why they're getting rid of small businesses. All right. And you're going to start seeing giant buildings getting built all around your cities, by the way. Could they be camps for us? I don't know, but I'm noticing it everywhere I seem to go. There's these giant buildings that are incomplete. And nobody's like, what are they going to be? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, interesting. All right, guys. Yeah, bloke. Take care. Much love. Yeah, stock up on tin food, water, and pick up a Bible, guys. Trust me. It's the most popular book in the world. It's the most sold book in the world, and it's the book that's changed more lives than any other book. Pick one up. Give it a go. God wins. I'm out. Bye-bye.